So for my testing before, when I installed this intake on the truck, it showed no improvement. There was an improvement after this duct right here was installed. But then again, that was only after I pulled the side of the plug off on the intake itself. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that box back off. We're going to do the factory air box back in it with the PPE duct, and we're going to see what kind of improvement we have. Not going to do too much of the sounds on this one because we already have that other video. If you want to see the install and the test, the initial of every single piece, check at the end. I'm going to link it up in here. But for now, I'm going to start ripping this thing apart, and I'm going to put that factory air box back on it, and I'm going to go do some runs. I just got back from my initial baseline run on this, so we know where we started. Let's install this box and see where we end up.
30. 60. 1/4 mile.
1677. All right, so looking at this air box, I am under the impression that the downfall of this thing is actually what makes it look cool, and that is this inlet right there. So it's pulling all hot air. It's all hot air from the engine. This engine does not like hot air, and I've learned that recently on my road trip through the desert, but that's going to be in an upcoming video. However, so at this point in time, what we're hoping is we can get the factory air box in there with the PPE duct connected to the S&B free-flowing duct with no resonator inside. All right, so I'm paying closer attention to what I'm taking off here, and this is the back side. The air is coming through from this way. This is the air filter. It comes through here. You can see this mass airflow sensor is kind of at an angle. Is that affecting the reading? Is it getting a weird reading because of that? The other thing, let me work this tape measure here, is we got a measurement of approximately 95 millimeters, roughly, right? And if we go to the factory box, close to 100 millimeters, probably 97, 98. We'll call that 98. So the tube is different size when the whole system is calibrated to be reading from this size tube through here. So now I'm reading at the back end of this, I know, and it might be different in there. But I'm really questioning this S&B setup here as far as if it's getting the correct readings from the mass airflow sensor. Let's continue on. Just to show an example of how straight the factory mass airflow sensor is, right off of the air filter, air is flowing this direction towards us. All right, airbox is out. Factory one is ready to go back in. Just a refresher as to why I like this so much, because it's straight through design. And this one here has, oh man, I don't think you can see it. But it's not a straight through design. It's resonated. And it's got these baffles in it. We want straight through design. And that's why we're going to go factory airbox installed right now. If you've seen the videos before, like the resonator delete video, you'll know that when I put the K&N air filter in there, this thing performed like crap. So we're going to go back to the factory air filter to go with the factory airbox. All right, the finished product is in. Looking pretty sharp. Just got back, I got the results. So we started off with a 1677 on the 1/4 mile time versus a 1669 with the factory air box, factory air filter, back to the PP duct there, S&B intake duct. So we definitely didn't lose anything, we gained. I'm curious on this because my fuel mileage, once I installed that air box, I was averaging like 23-ish for my normal daily driving, and once I put the airbox in, it was a solid 20 to 20 and a half. Like, it's just right there. Now, I was on it a little bit more because I wanted to hear it. It felt like it had a little bit more mid-range, like light throttle power, but fuel mileage plummeted. So back to this airbox, I'm going to go ahead and see if this improves that fuel mileage at all, and I'll report back. For now, check out these other videos based around this truck right here.